In Chennai at the end of January, India and Pakistan faced each other in a test match for the first time in 10 years. Whilst the primary concern at first was that the two-match series should be concluded peacefully, it actually produced two enthralling matches. Saeed Anwar opened the Pakistan innings in his usual positive style, but then Javagal Srinath struck back to remove his opening partner Shahid Afridi, and then Anwar himself in quick succession.
A loud shout, yeah, he's given him.
Ijaz Ahmed provided a glimpse of his class, but Inzamam made a mess of a Kumble full toss, and then Ijaz was trapped LBW to leave the home side precariously placed at 66 for 4.
He's given him. It's dangerous not to offer a shot. Kumble is not a big spinner of the ball.
Srinath then bowled Salim Malik on the stroke of lunch, making it 91 for 5, before Pakistan finally managed to pull a partnership together through Yousuf and Moin Khan. Yuhana looked comfortable against pace and spin alike, and having reached his 50, it was a surprise when he fell to the occasional leg spin of Sachin Tendulkar.
He's got him. He has delivered once again.
Moin posted his own 50 in company with his captain Wasim Akram, but after a stand of 60, both then fell to Kumble.
An appeal for a catch, it's gone straight over bat.
Kumble polished off Nadeem Khan and Saqlain Mushtaq to complete figures of 6 for 70, and Pakistan has struggled to 238. New boys Sadagopan Ramesh and VVS Laxman set off majestically in response, lasting 48 off the first 8 overs. Then Wasim Akram trapped both LBW in successive overs, and Tendulkar fatally attempted to win the psychological battle with Saqlain Mushtaq by going for a big one off only his third ball at the crease. Azharuddin and Dravid kept the score ticking for a while, with Azhar in particular looking in good form, but when he went at 103 for 4, the hosts were looking wobbly.
They've gone up in appeal. Azharuddin started to walk, stopped.
Sourav Ganguly and Dravid put on a further 53 in good style before Saqlain struck to remove Dravid soon after he'd reached his 50. Then Mongia tried to overcome an umbrella field by hitting out, only to miss completely and leave his side on 166 for 6.
Once again, the ball that held its line.
After struggling for 4 runs off 46 balls, Kumble also fell to Saqlain, and the prospect of batting with a tail prompted Ganguly to launch a fierce counter-attack and bring up his 50.
This is a big one. That's the second 6 for Ganguly.
So successful was his ploy that Saqlain was removed from the attack and replaced by Shahid Afridi, who handsomely rewarded his captain for the move, snapping up the left-hander at slip for 54. Srinath followed for 10, and last man Prasad, also to Afridi, was stumped for 4. India's total of 254 gave them a first innings lead of 16. Although Anwar quickly perished when Pakistan batted a second time, perhaps the key moment was when Afridi tried to hit Srinath over the top and only skewed it towards Ramesh at mid-on. The missed chance was to be very costly. Although Kumble again dismissed Ijaz cheaply, Inzamam looked in good form, but he too was given a let-off.
Edged and dropped.
Afridi and Inzamam made India pay dearly for their lapses, putting together a stand of 97 in only 20 overs.
Yes, that's his reaction, and that's a big one. There is not a boundary in the world that can limit Shahid Afridi.
Then Tendulkar worked his magic again, dismissing a clearly disgruntled Inzamam with his second ball. Yuhana made a competent 26 before he too fell to Tendulkar, bowled round his legs, but Afridi charged merrily to a maiden test 100 and beyond.
He'll get it now. He's delighted. It's been a fantastic innings from Shahid Afridi.
Then, just as Pakistan appeared to be taking the match totally beyond India's reach, Prasad struck back superbly. Afridi finally perished for a superb 141, one of 5 victims for Prasad in 18 balls without conceding a run. Needing 271 to win, India made the worst possible start, with the Wacker and Wasim combination accounting for Ramesh and Laxman before the total had reached double figures. Enter Sachin Tendulkar, who immediately stamped his class on the situation.
What a shot. What a moment.
But the dismissal of Dravid by Akram was a blow, and when Azharuddin was trapped LBW by Saqlain, India were in big trouble at 73 for 4. Minutes later, things went from bad to worse as Ganguly fell prey to a distinctly idiosyncratic decision from umpires Dunn and Ramaswamy. 82 for 5 and surely all over.
He's raised the finger. We've been talking about the excellent captaincy. The ball has bounced off that, it's gone off onto the ground, and then Moin has taken that.
But Nayan Mongia and Tendulkar gritted their teeth and got their heads down, with boundaries providing only very occasional relief as they inched to 147 for 5 at tea. After tea, however, Tendulkar decided to attack, and in one over from Saqlain smashed 4 boundaries. But in that same eventful over, keeper Moin missed the opportunity to record the first ever stumping of Tendulkar's Test career. Tendulkar gratefully completed his 100.
Lay down to take a single.
Mongia will have to hurry. That's an excellent 100.
The batsman now began to get the upper hand, and taking the new ball seemed only to make it easier as runs flowed freely. But this match was notable for batsmen getting out almost immediately they had reached their 50, and Mongia was no exception, bringing to an end a partnership of 136, 218 for 6. Joshi hit one magnificent blow, but Tendulkar was by now tired and suffering from back pains, and he played like a man keen to finish the game in a hurry.
4. How do you set a field to this man? That's gone as well.
His bold approach took the home side to within 17 runs of victory. But with the game slipping away, Saqlain induced a vital error.
Man's under it. It's taken. What have we got here? Sachin Tendulkar has knocked on the door. It's still closed.
All of a sudden, Pakistan were back in the hunt. 6 balls and 2 runs later, Kumble was LBW playing forward to Akram, and the visitors were now favourites. The huge crowd, which had enthusiastically supported their side throughout the match, was now almost silent, and to their horror, Joshi spooned the very next ball back to Saqlain.
He's cotton, it's a cotton ball, that's the 9th wicket, first ball. Sunil Joshi's out.
With the 13 runs needed for victory now seeming a very long way off, Saqlain induced Srinath to play on, and a famous victory was sealed.
He's bowled in, the ball has gone off the bat, onto the stumps, and Pakistan have won.
A magnificent test match with constant twists in the plot, some superb individual performances and sustained excitement. But perhaps best of all, the Pakistan team were applauded warmly by the home crowd on their lap of honour. Truly a case in which the cliché, cricket was the winner, was...
This is the best side you will see anywhere in the world. Pakistan are going on a victory lap, and this crowd here at Chennai are standing up and applauding them. And if you ever wanted to see a victory for sport, here it is on your television screens in your drawing rooms. Pakistan are going on a victory lap, and far away from their homeland, here in Chennai, in India, they are getting a rousing reception. I've never seen a stronger statement in favour of sport than this. This crowd has been absolutely fantastic. Pakistan realises that. There's been no jingoism. They've supported the home team as they must. They have appreciated everything that happened in this match. If this isn't what sport stands for, I don't know. There is not a man in the stadium, not a woman in the stadium who's sitting. They're cheering Pakistan. They realize the fact that they have seen some of the most outstanding test cricket they will ever see in their lifetime. 4 days of 360 gripping stuff. 11 men on the side provided it. But finally, it was these 11 that won it. And they understand that.
At the end of the day, I think I to congratulate the Pakistan players who have played brilliantly as well.
This is definitely one of the closest games I played after Bangalore 12-13 years ago. And I must congratulate Tendulkar the way he played. And I would like to congratulate Pakistan cricket team. They fought back. They had believed in themselves. And in the end, I would like to thank the crowd over here. They really supported us all the way. And people back home in Pakistan, India, who have been praying for us for the last couple of years, we haven't done well. So thanks to them to back us up again.
There were 3 people who came down, in my view, to be man of the match. Afridi, who batted exceptionally well, 141 and 3 wickets. And also from Pakistan, magnificent bowling from Saqlain to get 10 wickets. But then we had Tendulkar, who with the score of 82 for 5, played magnificently. And on a wearing wicket, which was not easy to play on, I think that passing is my man of the match.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Sachin Tendulkar, the man of the match. But he's obviously not out there today, so can we ask Mohammad Azharuddin to come and collect a check of 35